nerd. That fucking Canadian fucking dweeb, dude. He's going to get shoved off the fucking court in that finals game. You guys, stop. Come on, boy. Hey, man, this is not cool, boy. He's going to get shoved around on that fucking court, the Canadian little bitch. Thank you for the membership, JAR. I appreciate the membership, dude. Sorry. No, one of their players on the Pacers is going to punch him in the stomach, and he's going to go, like Bo Nickel. Did I tell you about the time I jabbed Bo Nickel in the stomach as a joke? Did I tell you about that time, chat? I was like, think fast, way, and I slapped him with the back of my hand to the stomach, and he went like that. On the ground on his knees. It was crazy. Thank you for the membership, JAR. Appreciate you. Where does Kevin Lee fit into this? Face first on the canvas, I guess. I don't know. I feel bad for Kevin Lee. Thank you for the $2. Watch the press conference. Jamal is insufferable. Thank you for the £5. True. It's a disgrace. Vague. Thank you for the $2. I know. Gang, watching you over dinner right now. Can you say what's good, Zoe? She's zoned out next to me. Zoe, look out! Thank you for the $10. Hope she's not zoning out anymore. Thank you for that, Gavin. I appreciate you, brother. Fat. Thank you for the $2, dude. Appreciate you, man. I just imagine there's a poor Zoe that's just fucking had a heart attack right now. That'd be a funny twist. Ilya by finish. What's the longest piss you've ever had? Mine was like 53 seconds. I had a drunk piss once by a bus stop in the UK. And it, no joke, went on for about 2 minutes. And that's not an exaggeration. Yeah, 53 seconds ain't shit. You're right, Cheddarhead. You're actually right. No joke, went on for about 2 minutes, minute and a half. That's the longest I've ever done. 53 seconds is a short piss, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. I had a drunk piss, and it was one of the pisses where I realized I hadn't pissed all night long. No, this was when I was like 18, 19, chat. I don't drink. It's not recent. This was when I was like 18, 19. I remember this. I remember the exact bus stop it was at as well. I remember it very particularly as well because it was a very enjoyable piss. Drunk pisses in public are always the best. How many I'm the best from Rose would it take before you front kick her to the chin? I don't know. And when I say in public, I mean outside. I don't mean in public like in a crowd or anything like that. Have you gone out this summer? No, not yet. I just feel like, chat, it's wasted for me to enjoy things now while I'm not in my final form, which is never going to come, basically. That's my eternal thing. Like, it's a waste for me to enjoy things in this current form because I won't enjoy it. So if I do everything now, it'll be nothing but a waste. You know what I mean? Because I won't enjoy any of it. So everything has to take hold, you know? I don't know what's up with the donos. I don't get it. But they're being timed out. Did you see that clip of Jones getting hot and bothered at the dirty boxing face-offs? I did.
Ain't no 6'4", you ain't no 6'4",
You
bitch.
should see my dick. Face forward, you fellas. Face forward. I can hold you down and fuck you. Oh, you gonna fuck me?
Yeah, and I saw the comments saying that MMA Guru is going to make a video. I did. I saw it, yeah. Of course I saw it. I can't. If Jones makes any move, they're spamming that to me in my Instagram DMs. Hermanson. Chat, what are we thinking? Do I go on Tim Welch's pod and talk about the O'Malley loss? What's the move? I don't think I should. I've been off my grind recently, and he might turn it into a therapy session. Psycho killer. All right, Otis. Thanks for sharing. Go on the pod and ask about his watches. Okay, just go on and troll them. All right, I might go on, but it's very short notice, so I don't know if I'm going to even have time to do it. What time is that UK time? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Better. When was the last time you kissed a homie? That has not happened. Genuinely not. That has genuinely not happened. I had a friend once in school. He used to be very big on getting kisses. Not lips, but he would do a lot of like kisses on the head and stuff when you were drunk. I think everyone's got one person in their group who gets very touchy when they're drunk. But no, I've never been that guy. You never kiss the homies goodnight? No, never kiss the homies goodnight. No, but like white guy sixth form college humor is very gay-ish. So there's a lot of gay humor when I was younger, for sure. I had a gay friend that tried to make a move on me. Okay, well, there you go. Jones's friend confirmed. No. Thoughts on all of these champions being forced to vacate? They're definitely not doing it willingly. They're not, because it's just if they want to move up. They want to move up before the UFC wants to let them move up, basically, is what's going on, you know. Poor DDP is facing a Chimaev training in elevation, likely on EPO. Nah, he's getting mogged anyway. You think we can... I'm telling you, chat, one day I'm going to come on stream completely shaven. And you'll know I've completely... Just know, chat, if I ever come on stream without a beard, I've fallen off the deep end. Maybe that could be my code word that we were saying earlier for if I've been, like, exploited or blackmailed or paid off. You know what I mean? As a voice. If I ever come on without the beard, you know I'm going through a mental breakdown. That's what that is. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? So you just got to find the ESPN PNGs and all of this. It's not that tricky. Free use policy, exactly, yeah. Psycho killer. Who runs the Full Violence page? Don't tell me it's some... Okay. It's not a small hat guy. Now, I've actually spoken to the Full Violence guys, but I don't know. We have a weird friction. Me and the Full Violence guys. I don't know. What were we even talk to each other about? I don't know. It's just some support back and forth, you know? I think I'd chat GPT to decline to do a box opening of their merch. That's what it was. No wonder there's some friction here. I said, basically, yeah, they messaged me once saying, yo, would you be down to do a box opening of our merch? Can send you whatever you want. And I said, dear name, thank you very much for offering me the opportunity to, in brackets, briefly describe the offer, e.g. join your team, collaborate on the project, etc. After careful consideration, I've decided to decline the offer at this time. This was not an easy decision, as I truly appreciate your confidence in me and the time you took to discuss the details of the offer. I hope our paths may cross again in the future, and I wish you and your team continued success. Thank you again for the opportunity, and I hope you understand my decision. Best regards, in brackets, your name. And they said, ChatGPT, nice. And I said, with the utmost respect, I'm good off that, G. No. I said, with the utmost respect, I'm good off that, G, on Crip, is what I messaged them back. And they said, I'm curious, though, how come you don't fuck with us? And I just started gaslighting them, basically. I said, you really can't think of any reason why? The audacity. I was just joking around, but then they said, dead ass no. What did we do? I've actually never said anything bad about you publicly. And I said, not publicly, huh? I just started gaslighting them. And then our conversations diminished, basically, after that. Communication fell through after that, basically, is what happened. Someone's gonna make you a GBT, yeah. On Blood, yeah. Well, it was on Crip. I was Crip at that time. I've switched since then. Yeah. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Better. Thank you for the 10 Australian dollars, Rastavro. Ariel and Mario Batista on the show. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Making a video on the worst fighters to be with during World War III. What's a fighter you would suggest? Great guru. The worst fighters to be with in World War III. Who would be one of the worst fighters to be with in World War III? I mean, let's face it. If World War III starts, Bilal's going off. You know what I mean? I don't know. I bet even Bilal doesn't realize you would. But I think once World War III starts, he's going off. I'm not sure, though. Don't say Ben Askren, though. Don't say that. Tracy Cortez. Yeah, you don't want any distractions on the field. I hear it. Now, let's face it, probably BJ Penn. You don't want to be like, BJ, dude, dead Penn. You don't want to be like, BJ, dude, there'd be like air raids going off and everyone would be dimming their lights and BJ Penn would be out there in a field with a fucking torch, waving it at the skies. I'm here, aliens, come and get me. They're trying to trick you. Government is trying to trick you by saying these are German planes. He's out there swinging a torch around. I think BJ would be good company, though. Yeah, he would. Nothing ever happens. It doesn't, dude. It doesn't. It doesn't. Nothing. I feel like every 2 years, chat, the end of the world is nigher. You got to get yourself out of that. You dig? People forget, man. Sean Strickland was Guru's favorite fighter for 25 minutes. I still like Sean Strickland. I just think I was waiting for it to take off to another level, but then I just realized it was just it was just bottom level edginess, you know? And then he just stopped fighting. He said he would fight for free, and now he's not fighting at all. So, I don't know. He switched up. People forget, man. Adesanya was one of my favorite prospects in the sport. Things change, man. This Ewok got in the way of his great pod racing game that he was doing. Impression of Chav Molly McCann begging for a cigarette. Oh, come on, lad. Give me a ciggy, love. I'll suck it. What? Oh, go on. I won't get me teeth on it. Just let me suck it, love. There's a lot of those women around London these days, you know. You know, the other day, I don't know, I did, do you guys know, who's the king in, like, Kingdom of Heaven? Not Kingdom of Heaven. I think it might be Kingdom of Heaven. The king with the mask, and he does that face, like that. I did that to a homeless person the other day. King Baldwin, yeah. King Baldwin. I literally went like that to a homeless person to get them out of my face. I went like this. Like that. Basically, yeah, I had my earphone in, and one of them asked me something if I had money to get them something at a shop. And I took my earphone out, and I went, what? Just in case, because I was like, okay, if they want a drink, I'll get them a drink. Or if they want, you know, some bit of food, I'll get them a bit of food. And I took my earphone out, and then I was like, what do you want? And they went, oh, just a scratch card. And I went like this. I turned around and put my earpiece back in. Oh, man. Anyway, help your own people. No, I mean, I was going to be like, dude, if you want a bottle of water or something, I'll get you a bottle of water. Or even like a drink of alcohol or something. But then they said, oh, scratch card would be great. And I went like this. And put my earpiece back in. I don't know. I'm not a terrible person, dude. I ain't getting someone a fucking scratch card. Fuck that. Thank you very much for the 5. Wish you the best, fat. Thank you. Ever heard the tragedy of Darth and Gumbo? No. I've seen that one. I thought though Colby should have become a liberal after claiming brain damage from Masvidal. Yes! Then switched back after getting hit in his next fight. That would have been perfect for him, yeah. That would have been a really good turn for him. Did you see the Slumdog Millionaire lose on Tough? No. Thank you for the 2. I didn't see that. Oh, no, I did see the Indian guy lose on Tough, but I just assumed it would happen anyway. Guru, if Tom versus Jones ever gets scheduled and announced, you think Jones will pull out of the fight anyway? He's never fighting Tom due to fear of losing. If Tom versus Jones ever gets scheduled and announced, do I think that Jones will pull out of the fight anyway? Yeah, probably. I could see him doing some shit like that. But who knows? If there's massive money on the line, like they say, he probably will show up for it if they do lock him in for it. They called his bluff, you know. Maybe they'll push a little bit over that. Dread Rose. Thoughts on all of these bangers being put on Apex cards in August? Rebecca, Valejos, Bashir. These fights not being in crowded arenas sums up UFC 2025. Yes. Rebecca Vallejos Bashi, these fights not being in crowded arenas sums up 2025. It does. It really does. You're correct. Thank you for the 22 months of membership, Michael Clancy. Fucking absolute joke. I mean, oh yeah, Vallejos in the Apex? What? Why was Vallejos put in the Apex? Do they have no idea what they're doing with the company? Why was Vallejos put in the Apex? Why have I only just found out about that? Austin Bashi in the Apex. I get it, you got fucking fraud checked. But why am I not seeing this Vallejos news? I don't see what card he's on. It's a fucking joke if he is. But there you go. Even the government realizes things are bad. Alright, thank you for the $5. I'm not going to lose citizenship of the UK and a passport in the UK. I'm not retarded. The UFC has gotten so shit, you and Ariel are agreeing on everything. I know, dude. That's how bad it was. He was on Tim Welch'S show talking about the changes needed at the UFC. Wait, hold on. Ariel Helwani was on Tim Welch'S show. Hold on a second now. He talked about me. Ariel talked to me. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice. Okay? You want to know why Ariel was on Tim Welch'S show? Guess who couldn't make it, chat? Guess who couldn't make it, chat? Guess who couldn't make it onto Tim Welch'S show until short notice? Wow, dude. Ariel Helwani, plan B. You heard it here first, guys. That's confirmed. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to pile on to Ariel. I just wanted to make sure that was loud and clear for everybody watching at home. The replacement. Ariel Helwani, dude. Well, I'm not making any puns about replacing anything, but you know. Well, dude. But yeah, John is such a puss running away from a simple question. He is. We're not starting a hashtag. Appreciate you. Now, that is interesting. Guru says no, he can't make it. Ariel gets the job. All good. It's all good. No, but I respect it though. If Ariel's saying the truth, what needs to be said, he can be used as a force for good here, which is nice. Nothing ever happens. It doesn't, dude. It doesn't. Nothing. I feel like every 2 years, chat, the end of the world is nigh. You got to get yourself out of that. You dig? People forget, man. Sean Strickland was Guru's favorite fighter for 25 minutes. Have the moment of bravery. That's not bravery. Thank you for the $2. Anyway, let me let this play.
Saying a pod with you or a show with you and Guru will never happen.
I love the fact that you always bring this up. Here's the truth. I have a lot, like, people say to me like, oh, you're the establishment. I'm not the establishment, man. I literally started on a computer, going on the internet, sending messages to people.
Wow, he went on a computer on the internet, dude. He can't be the establishment. I'm joking.
On MySpace, begging them to come on, getting cameramen in from local areas to come do interviews. I'm in Stockton, California for Elite XC, interviewing Nick Diaz with a guy that I just met, a cameraman. Like, there's nothing establishment about me. It's just that I've been around a little bit longer.
So what about the MMA Guru? Yappa. Shut it, mate. Yappa, guys.
I've had a lot of trials and tribulations, so I respect anyone who grinds. I respect anyone who says, like, F everyone else, I'm going to make a name for myself. So I have a lot of respect. You can even ask the guys who work with me. And what we talk about in the control room before the show or while we're eating lunch, like, I have respect for people who grind, and he is a grinder. So there's no real beef here. If anything, like, the part that was weird to me was, what's your beef with me? Like, what did I ever do to you? You know what I mean? And I don't know if that comes from a good place, a bad place, but like, the way I found out about him was he was talking so much shit about me. And so it's like, all right, if that's the way you want to make a name for yourself, great. But, you know, he doesn't need me. He doesn't need me to be his foil or to be his enemy to have success, clearly.
Not anymore. When I was a small baby channel, maybe a bit of it. But it's not about what you did to me, Ariel, because I'm a nobody. It's about what you were doing to Jamal Hill and Dricus Duplessis, dude. That's what it was. It doesn't matter what you did to me. You didn't do anything to me because you didn't know me. So of course you didn't do anything wrong to me. But you were wrong doing a couple of the fighters, dude. And he was acting up. But he's been on his best behavior recently since, to be fair.
So all to say, like, I'm not trying to do a show with anyone at this point, but I don't have, the beef was one-sided. And it wasn't on my end.
So
it's true. Yeah. Because I wasn't known at the time.
Do you agree or disagree, Timbo?
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, like even Guru, he'll have some crazy takes, but then you talk to the guy and you genuinely think, like, I genuinely think he's a good guy. Like, he wants to spoil his parents, take care of his parents. I do think he's a good guy. And you never know, like, sometimes when these guys say stuff, when they're streaming so much and they're sometimes, especially with him when he's doing cards, he's got to stay up this late hour. So he could be on edge and says something he doesn't really mean. So I think you guys would probably be fine.
We also do different things, occupy different lanes, and that's good. Like, I'm happy that there are new voices. I'm happy. Like, it shouldn't just be me. It shouldn't just be 2 or 3 people. People also try to ask me about, like, Nina Drama and get me to.
Yuck. I'm out of the conversation now. Yuck. Nina Drama was brought up. I'm out of the conversation. Great.
Go for it. Like, what? I'm not trying to monopolize MMA media, if you want to call it that. So, and this is like 1000% genuine. As long as I could do my thing and live my dream and support myself and my family and my friends and give people jobs and all that stuff, I'm not trying. I never try to start beefs with people. I have responded. I have done my thing when I felt like people were wronging me or lying about me and things like that. But when it comes to Guru or anyone else trying to make a name for themselves, like, the only thing I would say is, like, keep doing your thing. Like, I don't really understand what I did to make you have so much vitriol about me, but you know.
Yeah. Well, because when we were in New York, we stopped by the Facebook Meta office.
Oh yeah.
That's right by you, right?
It's literally next door. Yeah.
Thank you for the $5. Impression of Ariel getting grinded on by Guru. He's a grinder. Thank you very much for the fight. I should react to it. Yeah, dude, Ariel mentioned me. But it wasn't about, like, but Ariel was doing wrong, man. The DDP stuff was just objectively a wrong thing to do as a human being to someone. And the Jamal Hill thing was also just a wrong thing to do to someone. And a lot of the other things that he was doing around that time were just incredibly wrong things to do to people. So, you know, even though he said the beef is one-sided because he never did anything to me, it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. I was doing, like, a commentary stance on what he was doing to others. So of course that's going to be one-sided if you don't know who I am, because I was a small channel making these videos. Thank you for the $5. Guru's a good guy. This is propaganda. Jewish Guru can... No, we aren't all connected, dude. Shut the fuck up. But there you go. Simone is 2-0. Sean is 0-2. Simone already beat Marab Road to... Like, regardless of the Ariel stuff, the videos that I made remain absolutely true, which is why he didn't respond to any of them. Because we know Ariel loves a free 10-7. But I agree. I'm not one to just continue harping on him at this point. To be fair, he hasn't really done anything bad recently, at least for the past few years. You know, he seems to be fighting a good fight recently, at least. What does Bumberclap mean? Already read it. Simone is 2-0. Sean is 0-2 in his last 2. Simone already beat Marab. Road to title ends in the NW in Northwest, a few miles out of south of Mighty Mouse. Yeah, we're not doing Ricky Simone versus Sean O'Malley, man. Shut the fuck up. Guru's a good guy. No. Thank you very much for the $20. Impression of the 200 ARS, Gabriel Sierra. Impression of CTE Bryce Mitchell. All right, pulling out the Bible in Abu Dhabi.